Right, looks like I'm live. Let's see who turns up, if anybody. Right, can anyone let me know if you can hear me? Because otherwise, it's going to be like one of them old black and white films. Colin Wiltshire. Hi, Colin. Have I got sound? Can you hear me, like, mate? Yes, okay. Hope you're well, mate. Let's just see how this stream develops. I don't know, Colin, if you saw the video I did of the Superstar 360 when I was talking to Albert. Yeah, good. I've still not checked out the 360 regarding the channel 30 problem, but you know, is what it is. Let's see who else turns up. I've been a bit sort of hit and miss with my live streams lately, so I'm not really sure who's going to turn up at all. Yeah, Colin, have you ever had a 360 or a Cobra 148 GTL DX, anything like that? Darren Howell. Hi, Darren. How you doing? Swady boy, welcome aboard, mate. I wait till there's a few more people in here, because there's a question I want to ask you. Now, it's on the radio. Oh, you got the 360 FM Stealth. I think there's a lot of versions of that, the 360. I had one that had the CB 2781 stamp on it, but everything worked on the front. I know there's some where you can pull a plug out of the back and plug it in, and it's only Eddie's mum. Hi, Brian. How you doing? Yeah, mine. You've seen what mine is. Mine's had some cheap and cheerful mods on it. Right, we've got 15 people in here at the moment. Right, the question I wanted to ask: home base aerials. I want all of you to say what you think is the best one, and maybe a little bit about why. JL with the Union Jack. You're on CB at the minute on channel 3. I'm not on the rig, JL. Whereabouts in the world are you? You in England or? So I don't recognise the username. Oh, Colin's saying that is 360. And the plug in the back. Andy Howley, hi mate. Simon Rickson, hi. Swady boy had a 360 FM with a 2781 sticker on it. I don't know why the Cobra 148 GTL DX is basically the same rig, but I've never heard of one of them with a stamp on it. Okay, South Somerset. Yeah, I've been down to Somerset a few times. I can't remember if I've been on the rig while I've been down. I've driven through it for sure, but that's quite a long while ago. Kev63, hi mate. Yeah, can anyone explain why the 360 FM had the stealth, but I've never seen a 148? Darren Barwick, hi mate, how are you? Yeah, and the other thing, home base aerials. What do you all recommend? I want to see if there's like a bit of a trend here. I mean, I've had all sorts from Silver Rods, GPs, Alcoms, CLR2, Sirio 2012, Antrons, IMAXs, Vector 4000. The Antron 99, God, I must have had 5 or 6 over the years that came in deals. Steve Strayhawk, hi mate, how you doing? Okay, Mr. JL, he's a Sirio 4000. Obviously, that's a mobile aerial on it, the KL203. Yeah, it's not a bad little combination there. I'm not really familiar with a CRT 2000. If I'm right, it's an AM/FM type rig, isn't it? Wayne says hi. Hi, Wayne, how are you? Well, I had one comment regarding an aerial yet. Apart from JL, I don't know. I don't know whether the text box is just a little bit on the slow side tonight. Fox Aldgate, right? Oh, I'm losing my monitor here now. Get it back on, it'd be nice. There we go. God knows what I'm going to have to do with this thing to get everything working. It's just firing itself back up again. You have to bear with me here. Oh, here we go. We're back. Ben Speed, hi mate. Dean's using the Antron 99 at the minute. Yeah, Dixie, you're a little troublemaker, you mate. I saw all about it on Facebook. Cole Smith, hi mate. Yeah, all good this end. Thanks. It's my birthday on Saturday. I think I only just got over it, if I'm honest. Completely missed the Sunday stream. I did intend on doing it, but I slept right through. And this is to Simon and someone else saying about the Antron 99. I think they're... Yeah, okay, Dipsy, all copied, mate. I think the Antron's a cracking aerial myself. I think for someone who's new, you literally got 3 sections, just screw it together, bracket it on a pole, bosh, done. Unless there's some sort of issue with a coax. Normally, like anything, they say they're pre-tuned, you know, but you might have to tune the rings on it a bit. Most of them you don't have to touch. Jordan's got a silver rod. Is it the 5/8 wave, Jordan, or the half wave? And what's your opinion on it? What have you had before, or is it like your first antenna? Here goes my phone now. I'll have to look at that after. With me, I think the highest performing aerial I ever had was the Vector 4000. Like, it was, I don't know, it was 30 or 30. It was at least 30 foot long. I think it might have even been 33 foot long. Absolute monster of a thing. The only thing I didn't like about it, to be fair, was the tuning of it. It was a bit of a beast to keep lowering down and putting back up. But, you know, when it worked, it certainly, I think, outperformed anything I had before or after, apart from a 3-element beam I had for DXing. Oh yeah, Wayne. Remind me again in a minute. I just want to see people's. Yeah, okay, Jordan. It's your first and it's half wave. You won't go far wrong with that, mate. Andy Cowley's using a Game Master made out of coax. They're supposed to be good, them, aren't they? A couple of people. DX990 is putting up a 2016 on a 40-foot pole. Yeah, that'll do it. I do like Sirio kit. I've got a Sirio 2008 in the shed that I picked up in a deal. Some of you might have seen it. The guy I got it off, it dropped and bent all the legs up. I've straightened them out as best I can, and I've yet really to try it. Cole's putting up an 827. Yeah, they're supposed to be a banging aerial. I've never had one, but my old mate Barry, when I lived in Bedford, he had one. He swore by it. Steve Strayhawk, the IMAX 2000. Yeah, I've had 2 of them. They're good. Something that hit me with the IMAX when I first got it up properly, I had T&K brackets on the side of the house, and I don't know, about a 15-foot pole. The top section continually moving, even when you couldn't feel any wind on the ground. Yeah, Cole, I don't think you go far wrong with the 827. I'm sure you'll be pretty happy with it, mate. And has anyone else, I'll ask it again because people are coming and going, has anyone else seen a Cobra 148 GTL DX like stealth or with a sticker on the front, you know, like the CB 2781? Gypsy, where's Adrian today? I don't know, mate. People are sort of coming, people are sort of going. Well, I'll just waffle on a little bit here. Oh, there you go. Your buddy's here, Dipsy. Yeah, my next video I'm doing, I've got the KL200 sat here. I'm just going to show you what power that does. It's a bit of a weird amp, that. Hiya, Adrian. Yeah, Colin, a friend of mine has got their 5/8 wave Game Master, and she said exactly that. The SWR is flat from 26 to 30 megs. I think hers went down a little bit lower, top end of 25. Hi, Brent McCarran. I'm here, and the live stream is smooth, and I can hear you fine. Yeah, well done, Brent. He's on the east coast of Australia. Australia has always dodged by me. I've never managed to speak to anyone in Australia over the radio. I've tried, but it just never happened. Whereas anyone who knows or knows of Pucker Dave from the 305 net, he's done it multiple times. John's saying he's got a 148E prompt. lows and highs. Might get the decal with 2781. I've got to be honest, if I had the money, I think I'd get the clean-up kit for this Superstar, you know, like new inlay on the front, or maybe even the complete new front. And the other day, when I did that video of me talking to Albert, I did intend on doing a side-by-side receive demo. When I was talking to Albert on a 360, anyone who saw that video will notice that this one's obviously had the needle mod done, because as a rule, the 148 and the 360, the needles were sort of renowned for being a little bit on the tight side. But noise-wise, it received very little, and I could hear Albert when Albert was only just moving the needle between 0 and about two pound. When I put the Anytone 666 rig on, I had about 7 or 8 bars, pardon me, a constant noise on it. I could still hear Albert, but it was just, I was quite shocked at that. I mean, the Superstar's 30 plus years old, you know. Yeah, John, my 360 FM, it goes low, mid, high, and it's also got the CB 2781 channels, and it's got switchable bleep, 10 kc jump, low power on the back, and the power on this one, it only does about 4 watts on AM FM, does around about 12 on SSB, and when you hit the low power switch on the back, it drops it to something like 1/4 of a watt. Now, I really do think that whoever had it done wanted to be able to use legal power, because I know that the Superstars and 148s will probably do about 20 watts comfortably. Anna X, evening, hope you're well. It's a Murphy, sheep's clothing. Yeah, you can't beat them Murphy home bases, can you? All that nice humming sound. So anybody got any new kit? I've got a deal lined up with my mate. I don't know whether it's going to happen. Yeah, Chris Lane is just saying about the 827. Well, what I found with my 2016, no, sorry, 2012, yeah, it basically, the name speaks for itself. It had 12 radials on it, and I had it on 2 scaffold poles. If it got hit by a real gust, what used to happen, I mean, obviously the aerial was going to bend, but as it bent over, the extra wind load from all of the ground planes on it used to sort of tilt it right over. Yeah. When I got rid of the 2012, it was still okay, but the bottom section did have a very slight little bit of a bend in it, but it still worked okay. No, this is to Anna X. The bird flew off. It only comes along at Christmas. Yeah, John, exactly that. That's exactly what happened with a 360 and me Anytone. The Anytone was receiving loads of noise, which weren't even there on the 360. Yeah, this is interesting. This Colin Wiltshire saying on his 9900 gets a constant S5 of noise. If he connects up this Mark 1 Lincoln, zero noise. Yeah, Fox is just saying he's getting one of them X-Phase QRM eliminators. What rig do you use, Fox? John's got a Gain Master on the chimney. I've only ever had the half-wave Gain Master, and I'll be honest, I never used it. I got it in a deal off my mate. It sat in the shed for about 6 months, and my mate decided he wanted it back. I just tend to stick with the Antron if I put it up, but it's only on a temporary basis. Thrillshausen, good evening. Yeah, the 148, this is from John, beats his Yaesu for noise level. It's strange, isn't it? I don't know why that is. I mean, I'm not saying that I couldn't hear Albert when I was running the Anytone. I could, but it's like, you know, it's almost like from the factory, someone's got this screwdriver and just turned up the meter. Fox says he's got a 9900. Just see you and Fred. Yeah, fair enough. I think they're a built-in rig. John's also got a Super Joe-Pix. I've never heard of that one. Dipsy's just an extra large pizza. You have to watch that when you get the munchies there, Dipsy. Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for the old rigs. I've had a Lincoln Mark 1, by the way, but I didn't have it long. I had a Ranger 2950 that I used to use in the car, and I'd anchored up after getting a Mark 1 Lincoln over the years, you know, but one's never come up at the right price. Cut a long story short, my mate put me onto a guy who was selling one, and I got it. And to be honest, the digital display on it was that small, I couldn't read it. So I basically got rid of it. Apart from that, I couldn't knock it. If it was home based, I'd sit here with my glasses on, be fine. Pioneer. Hiya, mate. Cheers for the thumbs up. Oh, John is saying that it's like a 3900 with a frequency counter, but made by Ranger. No, that's fair enough. Anorex, that's why he uses a 450 big display. Yeah, you know, as you get older, I've found your eyes get worse. Oh, Mr. Metalhead has turned up. Hi, Paul. How you doing, mate? I ain't heard from you in a couple of days. Ten Prepper 001. Hi from 10. Hi, mate. How you doing? I take it that you are a prepper. Have you got a CB just for prepping purposes, or are you a CBer? The 7900's got a big display. That's from Colin. I've never had the 7900. I've had the 8900 by CRE. And most of the others, you know, the multi-modes, but John's got a Charlie Tango call sign now. What's that? Saw a bit of movement on my camera. It's raining, but the raindrops show up. I just caught that in the yeah, okay, 10, no worries, mate. And a ham as well, nice one. Yeah, is anyone else sort of not working? I mean, I'm not working at the minute, as most of you know. And in lockdown, how are you coping with it? 'Cause it's a bit of a funny time, isn't it? Paul Miller says, what is a good external speaker? Now, I've got to be honest. Me and extension speakers. The extension speaker I've got, it's probably about a £5. It's only about this big. Came in a deal. I purely use that because when I'm mobile, I have the rig flat without the bracket on it. You can get these fancy ones now with noise reduction and all that. I've got to be honest. Pardon me, I don't bother with none of that. Oh, that's to Paul Miller. With me, if I turn my rig on and it sounds like a rig, I've got snap, crackle and pops and whistles and people in the background, and to me that's CB. I don't try and change it to sound different. At best, I might hit the high cut filter. Apart from that, I just take it as it comes. And the guy that's getting the QRM eliminator, you let us know how you get on with that. I know a few people have got them. They're supposed to be pretty good. Well, just for anyone that don't know, I'm sure most of you do know, but I'm a Charlie Tango, and I'm Charlie Tango 318 or 318, as I sometimes have to say. I'm keeping an eye on the time here, guys. If anyone's got any questions, ask away. Now, obviously, I'll give my spin on it, but you've got like 37 other people in here that the possibility of maybe helping you out. Yeah, John. Okay, all copied, mate. Yeah, I tend to go out the house at the minute once a week. I mean, I've piled the weight on because the weather's been horrible. It's been too cold to sort of think, right, I'll go out on my bike. Yeah, Dipsy, you certainly like your pizzas, don't you, mate? And Dipsy, you never sort of came back to us all in the end and said what happened with the trawler and the CB and the aerial and that. It all sort of seemed to get brushed under the carpet. What was the outcome, Dipsy? John saying he's back after a 30-year break. Yeah, you got a lot of catching up to do, John. It's amazing, you know. There's a local guy. When I first came on in 81, I just had like a 5-foot fire stick on a DV 27 ground plane. This guy had a home base aerial. I don't know, he had some sort of sidebander. He was into it, you know, and always, if ever I wanted any help, I'd sort of ask him or one of the more experienced people. But after 20, 30-year gap, he's now back on and he's really struggling. All these modern rigs are all frequency readout and all, you know, all the different modes that you can use now. And he's really near enough having to start from the beginning. Oh, Dipsy, you're going to have to sort that one out. Ask the skipper to do a little bit of video, or just to tell you how many people he's spoken to, you know. Pioneer's still having to work. I'd be honest, I wish I was working Pioneer. Pioneer, what sort of work do you do, mate? Yeah, John says he came back with a blast, went through about 30 plus different radios and loving it. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough. Pioneer, well, at least you sort of, at least you know, while you're in the, if you're in like a bin lorry, because there's normally about 3 or 4 people in it, if you all know that you're all negative, then that's a good thing, isn't it? I'm keeping safe, Colin, thanks. Jason Kill, Charlie Tango 1839. John Sonny, don't CRT radios are too noisy. Built a Facebook group for old school CB. Yeah, fair enough. Alan Touchwood used to work for ITV, is that right? What, on the radio or on the telly? John's organising a convoy to celebrate 40 years. Where's it going to start from, John? Never know, you might get yourself on the TV. If you know friends in high places, you might better, Yeah, I'll just waffle on here a bit. I think we've covered the aerials, but in the last 2 or 3 years, I've had rig-wise a couple of 9900s, 2 Anytone 6666. I've got the Lincoln 2 Plus, just sat here in its box. Up till recently, I had 2 6900s. I got rid of one, but I think over the last 2-3 years, I must have had about 4, maybe 5. Got the little President Barry. I had the CRE 8900 as well. And what's that other legal thing that I had? The little President, the McKinley as well. I had that. That's nice enough rig. So Dipsy, the skipper's an earwigger. That's fair enough. TJ Noob says the 6900's a great rig. Yeah, all right. I've got nothing. The only thing I don't like about the 6900 is that clicky clarifier. Right, Colin, what I did and what I have done is asking about the coax. I've got the coax on the car. We've got a little garden, and then we've got a drive. The car's on the drive. I've got some, just some of that cheap RG58, I think it is. Reasonable run of it. Just used a female connector, joined it up to the aerial. Well, I did it from this end, through the coax out the window. So yeah, it's a fair run of coax, mate, but it does work. Adrian, are you blaming me for you burning your quiche? You need to learn how to multitask, mate. Yeah, that's weird. See, I get on well with my Lincoln. The only thing I wish that could be done on it, I wish that the Muppets could be programmed into it. It's got 6 memory channels, but not everyone likes the same rig. Not everyone likes the same aerial. It's good to try all of them, isn't it? Alan Touchwood, the Cobra 146 GTL. If I remember rightly, ain't that the one that's got no FM on it? It's just AM, upper, lower. Pioneer's got a collection of handhelds. The Harvard that you got, is it the 410T? I've had a few of them in my day. Now, the guy that wanted to hear about the foggy night, I'm not going to be on maybe as long as what I normally are, but the guy that wanted to know about the foggy night, you're still here. If you are, just say you are, and I'll tell you about it. I think Colin's asked me already about the AC 817. Another few hours would be great. Unfortunately, tonight I've got other stuff I need to do. We've got 43 people in here, 42 at the minute. Thanks everyone for coming along and joining the course. Now, Chris Lane has just asked about Zetagi amps and the RM amps. No, they're not the same. Generally speaking, the RM puts out more than the Zetagis. No, the Zetagis are, in my book, a little bit more reliable. They might last a little bit longer, but it's probably because they're not run as hard as the RM amps. And me myself, I never run an amplifier on my 9900 purely because you've only got to forget to turn that power down once, you fried your amp. And me being mobile, I never did. I just run from rig power. My 9900 did 75 watts on sideband. Wayne, don't worry about the thumbs down, mate. There's always someone out there that's a bit bitter and twisted. Fox Owlgate says, thanks for doing them, Steve. Bit of escape from reality. 100%. Absolutely. While I'm in here chatting to you guys, we're all having a bit of a crack, talking about our hobby. I seem to have picked up a few cretins along the way that just come along to give the old thumbs down, and then they're off. They'll probably do the same sort of thing as what I do, and it's a bit of spitefulness, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, the McKinley, nice little rig. That's to TJ Noob. Yeah, and Colin's asking about Deb. Yeah, Deb's fine, thanks. I'll let her know that you asked after her. Ivan Jones, thanks for dropping by. Just stumbled across this. If you haven't hit the subscribe button already, if you like this sort of thing and CB related videos, hit the subscribe button and you'll get notified when I'm doing this again. I do aim on doing this every Wednesday and every Sunday from 7 p.m. UK time. Gary Seed said he's late. Don't worry about it. Yeah, cheers, Ivan. Subscribe, nice one. And hi, Mr. 431. Well, it's a shame. I think it was Dean that was asking about the foggy night. Basically, it was a wind-up I did on my mate years ago. I just got myself a second Harvard 410T handheld. And this particular night was a real foggy night. And I said to me, mate, would you mind if we do like a bit of a range test with them? Fred in the shed. Hi, Fred. Welcome aboard, mate. TJ Noob, no worries. Thanks for dropping by. Anyway, I said, when we come out of the house with these two handhelds on this foggy night, I said to me, mate, I'll tell you what, you go to the off licence up on the high street and I'll go to the off licence at the bottom of the road and we'll see if we can talk to each other. So I said, yeah, all right. So I came out of the bottom shop. I hadn't planned this or anything. I called my mate up. He said, yeah, I got you. I said to him, you fancy a beer at the pub? He said, yeah, go on then. I said, I'll tell you what, you walk to the pub, I'll walk up my next road and I'll sort of catch up with you. So he said, all right. Well, what I'd actually done was walked home. I walked in, put the handheld down, put my base station on, I'm still talking to him, and he's walking towards the pub. And he kept saying, I can't see you, Steve. I said, I'm not sure if I'm behind you or in front of you. Because it really was foggy, you know, you couldn't make this up, really. So my mate says, where are you? I said, I'm at the roundabout where the underpass is. He goes, oh, he said, you're way in front of me. He said, wait there. I'll leg it and I'll catch up with you. So I can hear him running, can't I? I'm sat at home absolutely creasing up. When he gets to the roundabout, he said, I can't see you. I said, I'm in the underpass. So he's got under the underpass, out to the other side. He goes, I still can't see you. I said, oh, it's freezing, mate. I said, I've walked across the road. I said, I was in the entrance of the pub waving. I said, but I've gone in. I'm at the bar getting the beers in. Of course, he's ended up going in the pub, and he looking for me. And it was when I said, oh, I've got the beers in, I've left them on the bar. I said, but I'm in the toilet now. And that was when he clocked it, and he weren't impressed. So I said to the other half at the time, I said, look, I'm going to have to go up there and buy him a beer. And when I met him, I thought he was going to swing for me. It was just so funny. So there you go, Wayne. That was a foggy night. You had to be there really to appreciate it. Then there was another night on my motorbike. I left my girlfriend's house, and when I got in, I forgot to turn the rig on. When I got on the rig, she's like, "Oh, I was really worried about you." I said, "Yeah, I had a bit of an accident on my bike." And basically, I told her I fell off, and one of my fingers was all bent. And she's going, really? And I'm going, yeah, it really hurts. I've had it under the tap and all this. And then, of course, her dad got on there, and he's like, I'll run you up the hospital. No, I'm all right. I'll just bend it back into place. But everyone used to do wind-ups, didn't they? You couldn't believe anything that people were saying. There used to be a guy locally, I never met him, his handle was Westwind, and he used to talk to this girl, Charlene. I can't even remember if they were an item or whatever, but one day I turned on the rig and I was having a blinding row, and he's calling her everything and she's calling him everything. And he goes, right, that's it, I'm giving everyone your phone number. So I used to keep like a little record of who I'd spoke to, and I had a big map on the wall with all, with pins in it, all the different towns. So I grabbed my pen. I wrote down this girl's phone number, didn't I? So I told me mate, and he's going, ring her up. Go on, ring her up. No, I ain't ringing her. So in the end, I said, you ring her, just to see if it rings. Anyway, when he rang it, it was a local clinic, wasn't it? He just hung up. Oh no. Said, I wish I never called now. So yeah, that was pretty funny. I did tell them both, and I said that was a good wind up, because all of the locals that weren't in the know, they'd done a really good job. I know that Mr. Fred's in the house. How are you, Fred? Sorry, mate, I didn't really get to say much to you when you came in. I was sort of mid-flow, I think. Yeah, Sarah, I didn't want to say what clinic, but I think you clocked what one it was, Darren. I really had that really appealed to me. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fred, are you still using that Antron, or did you? I did hear you was going to get a 2016 put up, mate. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, that's 100% true. That. Yeah, Swady boy. Around here. I mean, there was hundreds of us. I mean, literally hundreds, and there was always something going on. Yeah, Fred. I spoke to Albert the other day. I don't know if you saw the video, Fred. I was just using the car in the drive, and run an extra length of coax into the spare room here. Yeah, Thrillshausen. Whereabouts are you in the world? Because if you enjoyed CB the first time round, second time round, if you come back on, you'll probably enjoy it even more. Thrillhausen, if you can, if you get yourself back on, there's loads of people on in London. There's even groups now, like the Channel 35 Club. They, you know, they talk to people for miles. Yeah, the tea bags. I never heard that one, mate. Yeah, Channel 19 is still the calling channel. A lot of people tend to just sit on their gassing, you know. But now we've got sideband is now legal. You've got a sideband calling channel now as well. There's a lot of people coming back on to CB, but we're quite fragmented because you might get someone's hooters going off. Yeah, I think whoever they're calling, I think got the message. Yeah, you got your avid sidebanders might be listening on the illegal calling channel, 27.555 up the sideband. Then you're going to get the ones listening on the legal calling channel. Then you're going to get the people on the 19. So it's pretty fragmented, unfortunately. But there's always someone to talk to nowadays. Colin Guntrip said, did anyone actually use Channel 9 for an emergency? Not personally, no. "14 was the breaking channel." Yes, around here, our hospital bleepers used to come over on Channel 14, so we used to use Channel 16 on AM at least, and Channel 19 for mobiles. The legal calling channels 27275, I believe. I very rarely use it, to be honest. I've never, this is to Adrian, I've never spoke on Channel 9 unless there was some sort of emergency going on. I did do me a bit years ago. There was an accident on the motorway and there was a truck driver asking for someone to call 999 because back then, you know, we didn't have mobile phones and all that. Yeah, Thrillhausen, Sonny remembers his dad CB used to cut off next door's TV. Yeah, AM and that used to cause havoc because nothing was protected against RF back then. It didn't have to be, you know. CB was illegal, you know, and even when it was legalised, most of the stuff weren't built with RF in mind, you know, but whereas now they are. Yeah, the list that Del Boy put up, I've seen it many times, to be honest. Me and him don't agree on the legal sideband thing. I think it was him that was or him putting it up for offers that we ended up with 275. To me, the legal calling channel should have been channel 12. That way you can go straight from the 555. If you're on like an old school rig like the 360, you go straight from 555 to just channel 12 down a band, and then you'd be on the legal calling frequency. But that's just me, you know. That seemed to make sense to me. Yeah, 3,000. Get yourself on CB, mate, if you can. You can pick them up pretty cheap now. Something like a little CRT1 or the CRT Millennium, which I think is the better option. Now, this is something I'll quickly mention. I take it a lot of you have seen little snippets of news about people buying stuff from abroad and having to pay a fair bit of money on the import duty because of Brexit. Now, it ain't going to be long before the shops are going to be hiking up their prices, because if they're going to have to pay that same import duty, it's going to have to be passed on to the customer. Anyone got any thoughts on that? I mean, rigs are pretty dear as they are, aren't they? Yeah, Adrian, don't worry about me, mate. I'll get well looked after here. Nilusha, hi. That's a good point, Colin. I don't know. But I can tell you the early 6900 without the N on it, if I remember rightly, the mic gain wasn't adjustable, and the power control on the front only worked on AM and FM, whereas now they do sideband as well. That's the only two differences that I could see. And they don't suffer so much with front end overload. Thrillhausen's asking about, do you need a big aerial on the roof nowadays? It depends. If you've got a mate that lives in the next street, you can get away with a small aerial. Yeah, Pioneer, yeah, I think so, mate. Hey, man, from India. Hi. I can't actually do that in actual fact, unfortunately, but I am going to go anyway. And John, 68ES13, was it? Said he made a post about it a year ago. It is what it is, John. But I just wanted to ask, really. No, I'm just looking here if I can get rid of the cretins. It don't look like I can, to be honest, mate, but I can after. They'll only come here at once. Anyway, before things get too out of control, it's worth thinking about the extra on your rigs. Just keep an eye on it. If you're thinking of getting a rig, I think now would be a good time before the price of them has to go up. So I'm going to say 73s to everyone who's turned up. Maybe next time I might have a bit more to say, but I'm suffering a bit today, if I'm honest. Don't feel great, but you know, I still thought I'd come along and just hopefully break some of the monotony up for you. Catch you later, fellas. If anyone wants to say goodbye, now's the time to do it. Blimey, there's so many goodbyes. Take care, fellas. All going well. I'll be on Sunday at the normal time. In the meantime, I'm hoping to get a video done of the KL200 power test, which no doubt will upset some people. Oh, you don't want to do it like that, and they all forget it's a power test. Right, catch you later, guys. I think the swarm of locusts has just come along. Catch you later, fellas. 318 gone.